Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 3. I would like to just start a little bit today, um, just talking to you about your forums for these last couple of weeks. Your forums, frankly, have been the best forums that I have seen in all my years of higher education, which would probably be about 12, 14 years now. You are remembering to have enough words, and it's not like the word count is important because it's on the rubric, but it's not really that it's about the word count. What it is about is when you have enough words, you tend to have more detail and more quality than you do otherwise. If you have less words, it's really hard to put it all together. And you've been using APA citations. With the APA citations, make sure that not only do you reference it within your body of words in your initial response, but that you also write the resource out in APA form at the bottom. So I just wanted to share that with you, how very pleased that I've been with that. And I'm thinking that today's video will maybe be able to get in week 3 or week 4. We'll see at the end. So for week 3, we're going to focus on formative and summative assessment and what you do with the data to further develop the teaching strategies and planning that you're going to use during pre-reading, during reading, and after reading. So as a means to that end, we're looking at our learning outcomes, defining the purpose, researching how to apply data from the formative to guide future instruction, identifying those pre, during, and post-reading strategies to help students understand content material, to share strategies appropriate for helping them to read successfully in various contents, and to choose an article on content reading jigsaw, and to share that with classmates. Your assigned readings, Chapter 5, 87 and 93, and skim the remainder of Chapter 5 of the Daniels and Zimmelman text as well. So we're going to go back up, and I'm going to just open quickly for you here the PowerPoint presentation. And week 2, there were a couple of people that asked me about if number 6 with the dyslexia assignment, or with dyslexia, the actual definition of it, was that all we needed, or do we need to have the actual dyslexia assignment? And I'm going to ask all of you to take a moment before you start week 3 and pull up right underneath the dyslexia assignment. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up real quick for you before I get into this. So right underneath the dyslexia assignment at the top of Moodle, so what I copied on slide 12 of week 2 was the actual explanation of what you need to do to actually do the assignment. So what you also need to look at is I've placed a video there for the dyslexia assignment that explains everything. That's what you want to look at to help you. I put it there, and I put the dyslexia definition and the assignment guidelines in week 2 as a reminder that that's coming up on week 5, because it is indeed one of the meatier assignments that you will have. Weeks 3 and 4, I guess 2 as well, you're simply going to have the forums and the PowerPoint responses. So that's why everything is there. And just realize that it doesn't necessarily mean it's in that week. Just look at the assignments for that week. So a reminder, you need to make sure chalk and wire that your code doesn't expire anytime soon, because if it does, you won't be able to submit your chalk and wire assignments. So go right away and check on that. And this slide explains how to do that. I love this book, A Black Hole's Not a Hole. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video read aloud that I did for that. And here's what is a jigsaw, how can I use it in my classroom, how you can model it. And this is the reading expert strategy. And you would be going to response to respond to that. Go back there a second. Here are the strategies and skills for week 3. The difference between a strategy and a skill is the skill can be used without planning. For example, if somebody is trying to decode a word, they don't necessarily plan to do that, and the teacher doesn't necessarily have a strategy for that. Basically, it's something that's used without planning. The strategy is a conscious in the head plan. I'm going to do this because of this. Once it's actually in your head, either your head and the student's head, it moves from being a skill to a strategy at that point. Sorry about that. I'm making my way back here. Just some more information about resources that you have. Pre-reading strategies. Keep in mind, as I've mentioned before, that many of these strategies, for example, KWL is used as a pre, during, and post-reading strategies, or they might be just pre and during. But being in one column or category does not mean they're not in another. The same, you'll see I've got KWL listed here for during. And again, to finish completing the chart with the L, what you've learned. I'm going to skip through these. And here's a video on formative and summative assessments. And then you'll respond to the PowerPoint about it. So that's it for that section. I decided it'd be good to spend a little time going over that since I had a couple of questions this week on it. All right. So one other thing that I want to tell you this week is that here is the research paper topic, and everyone is signed up for everything, but notice below it, this is due week 7. Below you'll find another video explanation of this research paper, because I want to be able to have you have that from the beginning so that you can look at it and use it as you need, not just in week 7. So here's the black hole's not a black hole that we talked about. Your forum for week 3 is simply about what, based on chapter 5, is the best new or interesting idea that you feel will improve your teaching. And the directions are the same as always. I'm not going to go over those. I'm sure you already know what they are. And we've already went over your PowerPoint's response, excuse me. So we're going to look back. I think that's enough for week 3. I thought about combining it with week 4, but I think that that's enough to go into this week. If you have any questions or concerns, as always, you know how to get hold of me. And it's been a pleasure thus far to work with all of you. Have a wonderful week.